Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Season 5, Episode 17 of HitTheBooks, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking in everything surrounding sports. This week, we're into NFL Week 18, as well as the college football playoff here happening on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Week 18 happening Saturday and Sunday here this week. But just Huff and I here this week. Let's jump in and introduce my co-host here with me this week. Huff, what do you got for us here again? Week 18 in the NFL, college football playoff happening. Lots going on this week. What do you got?
Yeah, good slate coming up this week in sports. We obviously have the New Year's Eve Ohio State-Miami game. New Year's Day, we have a great slate of college football quarterfinal games as well. Then we lead into a NFL slate that, most games either mean everything or nothing. We have a great slate on Saturday with two games that we'll get into, one for the NFC South, one, majority for the NFC West. I believe one needs some help. We can look into that when we get there, but and then Sunday Night Football, boots on the ground will be there. Steelers, Ravens, Sunday Night Football. Watch the Steelers bring home the division. It's gonna be a great weekend of sports. College football leading to a great NFL slate. I'm looking forward to it.
Heck yeah, I'm excited to be there on Sunday night. Upset Steelers got that Sunday night game, which was the Saturday night game. I know you feel the same. But definitely lots to look forward to here in NFL Week 18. I'm trying to pull up some of these scenarios and things just to make sure I have them on hand.
Mm-hmm. I know the one for the first game.
Okay. Well, let's jump into the NFL here. We're going to go through the NFL and the college football playoff here this week. Let's start with the NFL on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Panthers and Bucks here in Tampa Bay. The Bucks are the favorite here, 2.5 points for them. Their money line at -145. The Panthers at +120. Total at 44. So what's the deal here, Huff, right? If the Falcons, I know they play at 1 o'clock on Sunday, win their game, the Panthers win no matter what happens in this game, correct?
Yes. If the Panthers win, they win the division. If the Panthers lose or the Falcons win, they win the division.
That's wild.
The Bucks to make the playoffs need to win this game and the Saints to beat the Falcons. I think the Panthers, I just think they're the better team here. I think the Bucks kind of fell apart. They got off to a hot start. Not many people were, knew what that team was going to be. Emeka Egbuka was sparking a pan. I flashing a pan, whatever the saying is. I feel like he started out his rookie year looking like he was going to be offensive rookie of the year. A lot of these guys started to catch up to him. I know he had some injury issues as well, but Mike Evans in and out of the lineup for the Bucks there, but I'm going to go with the Panthers here to win this game, +120 in the primetime slot. You could call it primetime. It's a Saturday standalone game, 4:30. This is the slot I wish 18, the Steelers were in.
That's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. But give me the Panthers here on the road, +120. Panthers win the division.
I like that pick. That's a good pick. Definitely an interesting game here, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday in Tampa Bay. We'll see what the Panthers and the Bucks can do there. A lot of interesting stuff up for contention there if the Panthers lose. So we'll see what happens there. But 8 p.m. on Saturday here, an interesting game to say the least here. Winner clinches the NFC #1 seed in the NFC West title, while the loser enters the playoffs.
This game's for the division as well.
It's what I'm reading here is winner clinches the NFC's #1 seed and the NFC West title, while the loser enters the playoffs as a wild card.
Okay, so yeah, winner gets a division. But
right.
This is different than the Steelers and Ravens and Panthers and Bucks game because those are win and you're in or lose and you're not in the playoffs. This is winner is the 1 seed, loser is a wild card.
Right. Seahawks and 49ers here in San Francisco. Pretty much a pick 'em here. The 49ers money line at -102. The Seahawks at -118 here. The Seahawks favored it on the spread for here 1.5. Total at 49.5. Huff, what do we think's happening in this one? Like I said, winner is the NFC #1 seed and NFC title winner of that division. What do you think?
Yeah, it kills me to say this. I think the 49ers win this game. I think the home field is huge in a divisional matchup, Week 18. The stakes that are on this game, this is basically a playoff game that, isn't like we just said, isn't, do or die. The loser's playoff, a wild card team going to go on the road for the playoffs. But if you're the winner of this game, you're the 1 seed, you get the bye week through the wild card round, you get the home game in round 2. Things are kind of set up for you to, win one game, and you're in the NFC Championship here. Kills me to say this, but I think this 49ers team gets this one, -102 on the money line.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick here. Seahawks obviously playing very dominant at home here this year, but 49ers I think they're going
Doesn't
to be able
really
to get it
doesn't
done.
I don't want to cut you off. Doesn't really kill me to say this. I was more a Seattle fan when Russ was there, but I do still, side with them in certain games, but I think 49ers win this game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I get what you're saying.
Sam
Um,
Darnold in do or die games is not good. I'm going to take the
Fair.
Niners.
Yeah. Two tough teams there. I think that's going to be a great game like that. I mean, they have it at a pick 'em pretty much. I think that's going to be right on par. I mean, one team's going to win here by a field goal max type deal, I believe.
Is every game a divisional game in Week 18? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah,
Wow.
they all are.
Alrighty, well, we're jumping into Sunday here now, 1 p.m. Eastern. Saints and Falcons here, like we talked about. Falcons here, if they win this game, Panthers are in. Um, Falcons are the favorite here at home. 3.5 points for them. Their money line at minus 175. Saints plus 145. Total at 43.5. What do you think about this one, Huff? Do the Falcons just make it easy for the Panthers? I know it's obviously after their game, but what do you think?
Give me all the dogs here. I think the Saints plus 3.5 is the play here. I like Tyler Shuck. I like the Saints team. I like how they've looked since he's gotten under center. I'm not big on this Falcons team, despite that good performance on Monday Night Football. I know Bijan Robinson's the offensive player of the year, but I'm going to take the Saints in this one, plus 3.5 on an ugly divisional game. I think the Saints are able to hang around, if not win this one on the plus 145 money line.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a good game. I think the Saints either mash them to pieces or it's, or the Falcons mash the Saints to pieces.
I dogged the Saints before the season. I've picked them the past few weeks, and they're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, change your quarterback, change the scene. They look good. They're fun to watch. These last few weeks.
They're so injured. Him and Shuck and Olave are giving them a little bit of a spark. Olave, he was talking about retirement last offseason. Now, just coming off a 112-yard performance and a touchdown. I'm not saying the Saints are in the playoffs, but I think they have something to build around with Shuck and Olave as a receiver quarterback duo.
5-3 as a starter, Shock as a starter. So, I mean, you can't be upset with that first year rookie.
He wins this game. He'll probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay, interesting.
He's up against Ted McMillan, the receiver for the Panthers, who,
Yep.
if he has a big game in that, that game has a lot more stakes on it. The winner gets the division
Right,
kind of
but
thing. So, but I mean, if Shuck goes for like 303 touchdowns and McMillan does nothing and the Saints win this game, he's going to get Offensive Rookie of the Year.
right. Already garbage bowl here. Browns or trash bowl here. Browns and Bengals here in Cincinnati. The Bengals are the favorite here. 7.5 points for them. The total at 44.5. What happens in this one here off AFC North matchup?
Yeah, no. Most of these games are going to be tough to bet on this week. Games like this, 4-12 or 6-10. If I had to bet on this game, I'd probably lean with the Bengals minus what is it, the 7.5. I just think if everyone's playing on that offense, obviously, don't know what's going on with some of these games. Are they resting guys? I know teams like the Raiders are already, putting guys like Brock Bowers and Max Crosby out for the season, but give me the Bengals minus the 7.5 here. I know it's a divisional matchup, Battle of Ohio, but at home, I think Burrow, Chase, Higgins, I think they go out on a win and the season 7-10 and fuck up their draft pick a little bit.
Yeah, you said it best, but make sure you check on these lineups here. Lots of teams sitting players, especially week 18 here. It's a tough week. End of the season. You never know what's going to happen here. But let's jump into this next 1 o'clock game. That's definitely a bad game in general. But Packers and Vikings here. Vikings are the favorite here at home. 6 points for them. The total at 36.5. A low total here for this week. But what do you think is going to happen in this one? I don't think there's any reason to care about this game, right?
I was just gonna say I want to pull up the standings and just make sure if there's anything locked. I know the NFC is a little bit more locked up. So like the Rams, Packers have clinched wild cards in this game, or in the NFC. Obviously the 49ers and Seahawks are playing for the last 1 seed / 5 seed. So the NFC is basically locked up, other than the Bucks and Panthers to win that division. Similar scenario to the Steelers and Ravens. Basically the 4 seed's the only one that's open, but. Packers are resting guys in this game. This is going to be a tough one to bet on. I guess if you're going to bet this one, maybe go under 36.5. I think the Packers are, they're a very injured team trotting into the playoffs, preseason Super Bowl, one of the Super Bowl favorites, a hot Super Bowl pick that a lot of people had after getting a guy like Micah Parsons and Jordan Love, another year with him, drafting a receiver in the first round, and Matthew Golden, who hasn't really worked out, but I would take under 36.5. Divisional game. Not a lot of guys going in this one. Give me the under.
Yeah, so I'm seeing here like it says Minnesota wins the tiebreak over Detroit on their head-to-head 2-0 because they're both 8-8. They're in the conference.
Those are probably for draft picks because I'm looking at the ESPN thing. Like the NFC's like locked up, other than the ones I said.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because this other thing I'm looking at, it doesn't
Like the
have very
Vikings are
many
eliminated.
scenarios on it. Yeah,
Yeah, the Vikings are eliminated. The Cowboys are
right,
eliminated. Like
right. Alrighty, well, let's keep it moving here. That's not a very great matchup there, but let's keep it moving here. Another 1 o'clock game. Cowboys and Giants here. Two teams also both eliminated here. Giants 3-13, but they're at home here. Cowboys are the favorite here. 3.5 points for them. Their money line at -185. Giants at +154. The total at 51.5. Still crazy high total. Those Cowboys never fade off of those high totals there. But what are your thoughts here on this one, Huff?
yeah, this is I was gonna say this is a crazy high total because I like the
Insane.
Giants in this one plus the 3.5. I don't think I'll bet it, but Jackson Darts looks fun for this Giants team. Obviously, the Cowboys, that defense is able to let up points. Give me the Giants to hang around divisional matchup plus 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. I mean, I can't imagine the Cowboys are going to be playing a ton of big names here in this matchup. No reason to. And Giants at home, so you never know what's going to happen. Alrighty, another 1 o'clock matchup here. We got two more here going here in the 1 o'clock slate. Titans and Jaguars here in Jacksonville. The Jaguars are favored here. 12.5 points for them. The total at 47.5. Did I see something for the Jags? No, I don't really have any scenarios here for this game. What are your any thoughts on this one,
I
Huff?
think I could be wrong. I think the Jaguars are still in play for the 1 seed. So,
Oh,
you gotta think -12.5. This Titans team isn't very good. I know Cam Ward has looked good over the past few weeks, but I would take the Jaguars minus the 12.5 at home. I could see this be 31-7. The Jaguars have looked very good so far this regular season. No reason to doubt them here. In a Week 18 spot against a weak Titans team. So, give me the Jags minus 12.5.
all right, you're right, Huff. So Jacksonville clinches a first-round bye and home field advantage with the Jacksonville win, a Denver loss, and a New England loss. Seems like it's a little
It's not likely, but
not likely, but
more
Jacksonville
likely
clinches.
to get the 2 seed. If one of those teams loses and the other one wins, I think they could get the 2 seed.
But Jacksonville clinches the AFC South Division title with a win or a Houston loss or tie.
Okay, so they're playing for the division.
Yeah, so they
More
are
than
playing for the division. They do have something to play for, but 12.5 points is a great spread.
they win the division?
That is what it says. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like
it's in
the
more.
Jags. I like
Yeah.
the Jags.
Alrighty, well, let's keep it moving here. This next game also very similar
The other
contentions as the
team
last
going up
one
for
here.
that division.
What's that?
The other team going up for that division.
Exactly. Yeah, here Colts and Texans here in Houston. 10.5 points is the spread here for the Texans at home. The money line, or sorry, the total at 39 here. I have the Houston clinches the AFC South division with a Houston win and a Jacksonville loss. So they do need the loss there to get that. But Huff, what are you thinking for this matchup here in Houston, Colts and Texans?
Yeah, I think the Texans will do their job in this part, but I obviously think the Jaguars will roll Tennessee. I don't think there's any scenario where Tennessee's going to go in there and steal a game and help the Texans out to win that division. Give me Houston. I'd say -10.5. It's a big number. I don't know if both of those teams cover, huge divisional favorites. But I think both of them win. I think the Jaguars handle business to win the division. But I think the Texans will do their job and handle Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think the Texans will also do their job. I don't think that'll be an issue. 10.5, a lot of points. 12.5 in that last matchup, a ton of points. You don't see me taking those very often, so I don't know if you'll see me on either of these matchups. But I do see Texans winning this matchup, Jags winning their game, but Jags probably will be able to take that AFC South title. Alrighty, let's keep it moving here into the 425 matchup. 7 425 matchups. The NFL just loves to stagger these games. They're just so good at it. The Jets and the Bills here in Buffalo here. The Bills are the favorite here. 7 points for them. The total sitting at 38 points. What are your thoughts, Huff? Nothing really too special about this one, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I don't know if the Bills are necessarily. I think they're sitting at the 7 seed right now, so they're obviously just playing for seeding. I think they'll handle business against a weak Jets team. I have a future on this Bills team for the Super Bowl, but
Oh,
I'm getting kind of worried about them. Their defense does look like they're starting to cause some problems there over in Buffalo, but against a weak Jets team, -7. I'd take the money while you can. Give me the Bills -7.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, the Bills can get as high as the 5 seed with various combinations.
What is it? Chargers loss and Texans loss?
Exactly. Them winning or tying with a Chargers loss or a Jacksonville loss, a Chargers loss, a Houston loss, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
But as low as I see 6 seed, I see 7 seed.
I
Actually,
wouldn't
I
hate.
don't see
I
I
don't
do see 6 seed.
as much as I have a future on them. I don't hate them as the 7 seed because their first game would be at the Patriots.
Right.
I think a divisional matchup on the
It'd
road,
be
like
crazy.
the narrative makes Josh Allen an underdog. I think the Bills will pull out of it.
Yeah, I like that as well. This is going to be an interesting game. I think the Bills are going to get that win. We'll see if that 7 points is enough here for the Jets to hold on, but
I
I
think
don't
the
think
Bills
so.
will at least get to the AFC Championship, even though
Yeah,
they still don't look good. I think they figured it out. I think that rushing offense is too good with James Cook. I think obviously led by Josh Allen. I think the Bills are due for. They'll get hot at the right time. Give me them -7 here, and I think I like them. I like their chances going into the playoffs. The defense scares me, but going up against a team like New England, where it's a divisional rivalry, if that's who they get, I like their chances.
heck yeah. Yeah, I don't think 7 points is enough for those Jets to hold on, so give me the Bills here. But let's jump into another 425 here matchup. Again, 7 of these here. We're in number 2 here. Lions and Bears. Bears at home. Bears are the favorite here. 3 points for them. Their money line at -160. Lions at +135. The total at 50.5. Is there really anything? Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, Bears can get like the number 2 seed because they're currently in what?
Yes.
That's really it? Because they're in the playoffs, both of them.
Yeah, they're both no. The Lions are not. Lions are
Sorry, they're
eliminated.
playing the Lions. My bad. All over the place. So Chicago obtains the 2 seed with a win or a tie and a Philadelphia tie or a Eagles loss.
I think I think this is so Lions to come in and spoil the Bears, but the Bears have looked so good, so I'm not going to bet it. But I do lean on the Lions plus the 3 points. I think Dan Campbell's able to steal one against his old offensive coordinator turned head coach, division rival. The Lions are out of the playoffs. I think they're able to steal one against the Bears to fuck up their playoff seeding going into the playoffs. Even though I do like this Bears team coming into the playoffs.
I don't hate that thought, but man, I don't love how these Lions have looked these past few weeks. They just
I know
have
they keep
not
dropping
impressed me.
duds.
Yeah, they have not impressed me. I don't know if I can give them any grace in this one here, especially in Chicago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's probably going to be
I think the
freezing.
Bears. I think they cover on this one. Honestly, that total seems so high though. Like I
I
get it,
know
but that
some
seems
of these
so
totals are
high.
so low or so
Like,
high. It's weird.
what's the weather going to be like in Chicago on Sunday? Cloudy and 34 degrees. I mean, nothing
All right.
crazy.
I mean,
So,
the Bears have been scoring. That's why.
yeah, 50.5. Oh my
And the
God.
Lions
That
have
just seems so
Gibbs
high.
and Amon-Ra. Like, they have the weapons to score. That's why it's 50.5.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's going to be I think that's going to be a good game. This next one, I think, is also going to be a pretty good game here. Chargers and Broncos, as long as everyone's playing. Broncos at home here, but they're 12.5-point favorites here. The money or the total sitting at 37.5. Broncos clinch a first-round bye and home field advantage if they win this matchup, as well as a couple other little things if New England loses, Jacksonville loses, different things. Anything for the Chargers? I don't see anything. What are your
Chargers
thoughts?
Chargers are basically just resting guys going into the playoffs as a wild card. They are not playing Justin Herbert in this game. Obviously, feel like he gets banged up more than any quarterback in the NFL. He plays through it, but that guy gets hit on every play. That's why the Broncos are a 12.5-point favorite here. I think the defense handles business in Mile High. I like -12.5, and I also like under 37.5. I think this is truly a one-sided game, 27-10.
Yeah, this can be a dud. I mean, Broncos are going to win this game, I think, but we'll see what happens. 12.5 points, so many points. I mean, I get why these spreads are as the way they are, but man, they just seem so dang high.
Like I said, these games either
Don't
mean
know. So
basically
many
a
no names.
lot or nothing.
Right, right. Alrighty, let's jump to this next one here. A couple games here coming up that have no implications as far as I understand. Chiefs and Raiders here in Las Vegas. Chiefs are the favorite here, 5.5 points for them. The total sitting at 36.5. A lot of these totals sitting in that 30 and change range. Huff, anything on this game?
This is more of a different trend other than playoffs. The Raiders are currently sitting in the number 1 pick.
Oh,
They want
I
to
didn't know
lose
that.
this game. I think they'll do everything they can, but this is going to be tough. Both of these teams are trying to lose this game. The Chiefs obviously know how to tank. I said that a couple of weeks ago. They're once Mahomes tore his ACL, I said they're going to start losing games, get a better draft pick. Look at them sitting at 6-10. They'd love to lose this game as well. I think the Chiefs will win. Oladukin under center scares me. I'd lean on the Raiders plus 5.5, but I'd just keep your money in your pocket and do not bet on this game.
Yeah, bad game, as well as this next one here, in my opinion here. But Cardinals and Rams here. Rams are the favorite. They're at home, 7.5 points for them. The total at 46.5. No implications on this game whatsoever, is my understanding. Huff, any thoughts?
Why do we have so many 425 games?
I think they just loaded. There's no Monday game. I don't know if, I
Dude,
mean,
do you
that's
see
one
how many
game.
425 games there are?
7.
Why?
I don't know.
The whole 1 o'clock? So how many 1 o'clock games are there?
Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why is there more 4 o'clock games than
I don't know.
that's
So
wild.
stupid.
Yeah, there's no Monday Night Football.
Right. But that's one game. I mean, and 2 on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, there's 2 on Saturday. Is there no Thursday Night Football?
No Thursday night.
Yeah, every team plays Saturday or Sunday. That's so
So,
weird.
yeah. Cardinals Rams here in LA. Weird game. No implications. Rams definitely not playing anybody. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd probably lean on the Rams here to get a win. Stafford hasn't looked good the past few weeks.
Is he
Look for
playing?
him
Like,
to.
is he going to play?
You got to think the McVay said they're all playing, especially after that
Okay.
performance on Monday Night
I didn't know that.
Football. I would go with the Rams here. I'd lean them minus 7.5, but the way they just looked against the Falcons, I'm not going to bet that. But I think the Rams, get back to the good times, get a win before heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Definitely see what happens there. 7.5 points, a lot of points. But this next game,
A
just
great
as many.
Sunday to watch Red Zone with all these 4 o'clock games too.
Yeah, for sure.
Red
7.
Zone
I
will be
mean,
popping.
it's gonna be a mess all over Saturday or all over Sunday. Excuse me. So, 2 more games here on the 425 slate. Let's jump in the second to last one here. Dolphins and Patriots here. Patriots at home. Patriots the favorite. 10.5 points for them. 46.5 is the total. I don't think anything really so special about this one. What are your thoughts of?
I've been very good at betting
Oh,
against this Patriots team this
actually, real
season.
quick, hold on. New England obtains the 2 seed with a New England win and a Denver win, or a New England loss and a Jacksonville loss, or a Denver win and a Jacksonville loss or tie.
Okay. I'm not looking at the money line on this game. I think the Patriots should handle business and win this game, do their job to do what they need to do to get the 1 seed. I obviously think the Broncos will handle business and lock that up, but historically the Dolphins have played the Patriots, they've upset them in certain spots where they shouldn't, been in certain games where they shouldn't. We see a 10.5 point spread. Patriots just murdered the Jets last week. Drake May's the MVP. Patriots are the best team in the world. Everyone's sucking off Drake May and the Patriots. I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 10.5 here. I don't think they win the game. I think Quinn Ewers, I think Devon Achane, I think Jalen Waddle, some of these guys are able to keep this Dolphins team in the picture in this game. Give me them plus 10.5 in a divisional game. I keep saying it, divisional game, divisional game, divisional game. You could bet every underdog this week. I think you'd end up profitable. Give me the Dolphins plus 10.5.
I don't think that's a bad bet. I don't see these Patriots really pushing on the gas too hard this week. Week 18, I think it's going to be a soft week across the board. So I like that Dolphins. 10.5 points, so many points. I keep saying it every game. 10.5 points is so many points. I think the Dolphins definitely cover that. I think they're going to have their
The
foot on
only
the gas.
favorites I liked so far were the Jaguars, who are playing for something, minus 12.5. The Texans, who are playing for something, minus 10.5. The Bills, minus 7. And the Broncos, minus 12.5. All those teams are playoff teams still playing for something.
Right.
All these games that mean nothing, I've taken underdogs.
Right. Well, 2 games here
Patriots are still
that
playing for something, I guess that. But I'm taking the Dolphins,
the
though.
the super meaningful games, rather.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hear this next game here, last 425 game here on Sunday. The Commanders and the Eagles here. Eagles at home. They're the favorites. 7 points for them. The total at 41. Philadelphia obtains the 3 seed with a tie and a Chicago tie, or they get the 3 seed no matter what. Why does it give me that? I hate that.
I
No,
think
I
they're
don't
just
know.
playing for 2 seed or 3 seed.
Oh, are they? Was it? Oh, yeah, obtained the 2 seed with the Philadelphia win and a Chicago loss.
Okay, so those two teams are just playing to swap spots.
Yes, correct.
I think the Eagles handle business here.
Yeah.
They've looked shaky in the past few weeks. This is a team you don't want to see in the playoffs. Give me them. I'll take a -7. I think they handle business at home at the Link, or whatever the hell that stadium's called. It's a tough place
Postseason.
to play. Give me the Eagles -7.
Yeah. Don't love betting on the Eagles, but here we go. Eagles -7 is probably the play here on this matchup here. Last 425 game we got here. That total weirdly low in my opinion. I think it's going to probably go over. I think it's going to be a 46-point game type thing. Alrighty, big game of the week here for us here. We'll be boots on the ground here in Pittsburgh. Ravens and Steelers here, Sunday Night Football. The Steelers are at home. They are the underdogs here. Ravens are the favorite here. 3.5 points for them. I love that. This total at 41 points flat. The winner of this game, AFC North champion, advancing to the playoffs. Huff, what do you think about this matchup here? Sunday Night Football, Week 18.
I hate to say I love where the Steelers are coming into this game because you don't have a guy like DK Metcalf because obviously the incident, where he had to be, a fucking idiot and fight a fan 2 weeks ago in Detroit. You might have a guy like TJ Watt back in the lineup. I think would be a huge addition here. But Steelers are backs against the wall. That's when I can't stand him, but I wish he would be fired. But that's when Mike Tomlin's the best. He called this AFC North divisional or AFC North championship week. He loves to call it that. That's what he said. You wouldn't have to be in this spot if you didn't drop that one to the Browns in a tough performance there. But we all knew that was coming. That was such a Steeler loss. Just like this is such a Steeler win. Sunday Night Football, underdogs, lights are the brightest for the division on the line. I believe they said this is the first time these two teams have ever played in all the history between these teams and the big games they played. First time that the division has truly been on the line in a do or die game. Winner is in, losers out. So this, the stakes are on the line. Acrisure Stadium, Sunday Night Football, the nightcap to the whole NFL season for the regular season. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know you were shocked to hear that. Plus 165 on the money line. This is the most Mike Tomlin win you will ever hear or see in your lifetime. Steelers are, do we fire Tomlin with a loss? Pittsburgh fans are, I hope they lose this game. They're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs. That is when the Steelers win games. The national media is picking the Ravens. Steeler fans are picking the Ravens. I hope the Steelers win this game or lose this game. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 165. Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley, it does not matter. Steelers will pull this one out on Sunday Night Football.
I cannot wait to be there on Sunday. I cannot wait to go tailgate beforehand, and I cannot wait to be in that stadium. And that place is going to be rocking. Those Ravens are not going to know what to do when they come into that
DK
stadium.
Metcalf's going to hurt us, but I think the rushing attack with Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Warren, I think guys like Johnny Smith and Pat Freiermuth are going to have to step up big with Darnell Washington going out for the season with a broken arm, broken hand, whatever it was. We've had a couple huge injuries, but, the NFL's next man up kind of league, and we have three tight ends for a reason. Let's see what Freiermuth and Johnny Smith can do in a do-or-die game. I expect big game from one of them, too.
Yeah, they've now have, and again, this is our week 2 going on without DK. They're going to figure it out. Darnell Washington, big injury last week, but they got a week to figure it out. I think they're going to make it happen. I really, really do. I think that place is going to be rocking. I think it's going to be a fun atmosphere.
Love plus 3.5, but I like the money line.
I hear you. 100%. 3.5 is an awesome number.
I think there's no chance the Steelers don't cover plus 3.5 in this game. This is as close to a guarantee as I can get.
I agree. If it doesn't hit, all my picks are free for the rest of the year. Yeah. Tyler's Huff's too. I'll buy them and sell them.
Yeah.
All right. Lots of good stuff there out of the NFL. We'll be there on Sunday Night Football at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh for that matchup. So lots to look forward to for that week. Make sure you stay tuned for our live stream there on Sunday morning for all of our picks, as well as our top 5 games and all of our picks on Instagram and Twitter here for Sunday, as well as Saturday. All right, let's do power rankings here in the NFL. Coming in at number 5, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 4, the Denver Broncos. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 2, the Seattle Seahawks. And number 1, the New England Patriots. What are your thoughts here on this week's power rankings, Huff?
Yeah, obviously a solid list. Obviously, coming into the NFL playoffs, power rankings, they could go up against a division winner that was a wild card team that was a 2 seed. They could have been a division winner anywhere else. Power rankings don't mean much when it comes down to, January football, where we're coming up to, it's December 30th when we're recording this thing. New Year's Day, New Year's Eve right around the corner. So, we're coming into January. That's playoff football. We get the college football playoff going on. We got the NFL playoffs going on. I can't wait for the NFL playoffs. We got 1 week away, but Steelers got a playoff game this week, and we'll be there. I'm excited for it, and hopefully we get a win.
Heck yeah, like I keep saying, stay tuned to our Instagram and Twitter for all our picks here. NFL playoffs so close. We'll have tons of picks on that. Let's jump over to the college football world here. Tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, I guess today when this comes out here, New Year's Eve, Miami and Ohio State in the first game here, Cotton Bowl of the quarterfinal. Ohio State is the favorite here, 9.5 points for them. The total at 40.5. What do you think happens in this one, Huff?
I like Miami plus 9.5. I think Ohio State wins a game. This one is in Dallas at Jerry's World. I'm going to go with Ohio State to handle business and win the game, but I think they got hot at the right time. I think they're able to hang around in this one. Guys like Carson Beck, Malachi Tony. I think the Miami offense will be able to put up points. Give me Miami plus 9.5.
Heck yeah, I think that's going to be a great matchup here, getting us going for New Year's Eve. Let's jump over to New Year's Day here, starting at noon. We have a noon, a 4 o'clock, and an 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern matchup here. But let's start at the noon matchup here. Texas Tech and Oregon in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium here. Oregon is the favorite here. 2.5 points for them, which I think is nuts. Their money line at minus 140. Texas Tech at plus 115. Total at 51.5. Second highest here of these quarterfinals. What are your thoughts here on this one, Huff?
Yeah, I agree. I think this Texas Tech team's been very fun to watch. We saw the story that guy that used to be a Texas Tech football player turned oil and gas billionaire, has dumped all this money into this Texas Tech program, NIL, upgrading things at the facility, things like that. He's been a huge booster for this program, and look where they are, number 4, getting a bye week in the college football playoff against Oregon, going to Miami, and an interesting matchup here, 4 versus 5. Oregon obviously coming off I guess you could say a big win. They handled business against James Madison, but James Madison was able to put up points in that game. I think Texas Tech is able to handle their business. Defense led by that Rodriguez linebacker that's could have been up for the Heisman. He's been great this year. I think they're able to handle business here. Give me the Red Raiders plus 150, plus 115 on the money line.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about college football, and these ranks aside, Texas Tech at 4, Oregon at 5. I don't understand why this spread is like it is. Oregon, like you said, not playing that great against JMU. I mean, letting up 34 points.
No one respects the Big 12. I think
Yeah,
still think Texas Tech's like, all right, good thing you got here. Good thing you won your conference. That's why you got a bye week. You wouldn't have been here if you didn't get a bye week. So
right. Yeah, jeez. Doesn't make any sense to me. I think Tex just rolls. I mean, 115 on the money line. I think that's a great price. So I think that's a great pick. All right, 4 p.m. Eastern here on New Year's Day, Alabama and Indiana here. This matchup in Pasadena, California. Indiana's the favorite here. 7 points for them. The total at 48.5. What do you think happens this one? I'm seeing all over the place online. Indiana is just going to roll Alabama, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts, Huff. What do you think?
I'm weary about this Indiana -7. I'm not going to sit here. I'm hoping Indiana goes down. This is not the team I want them to go down to, though, because the team I have a future on does not want to see Alabama come out of this side of the bracket. I'm going to go with Indiana to win the game. I think Alabama makes it interesting, though. Give me Alabama +7, but Indiana wins the game.
All right. I think that's going to be an interesting game, to say the least. I think it's going to be I think all 4 of these games, are going to be great matchups. But this one especially. Let's keep it moving here. 8 p.m. Eastern on New Year's Day. The Sugar Bowl here in Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Ole Miss and Georgia here. Georgia is the favorites here. 6.5 points for them. The total at 55.5. The highest here of our quarterfinals. Huff, you got a future on Georgia. Jeez. What are your thoughts here in this matchup?
Yeah, I obviously think Georgia's able to handle Ole Miss. I wasn't big on Ole Miss in their first round matchup against Tulane. They obviously look good. I think that was get the monkey off the back. Lane Kiffin left town. They were the hottest topic on ESPN, and every front of the news page in all the sports world. Lane Kiffin leaving. What's Ole Miss going to do? Things like that. I think Georgia handles business here. Minus 250 on the money line. I'm not even looking at the spread. I have them plus 500 or plus 500 to win the national championship. I'm just looking at them to win this game. I think they handle business. I think Trinidad Chambliss is a good quarterback for Ole Miss against this Georgia defense, though. I don't know how good he's going to look. Give me Georgia. I also like the under 55.5.
I think that under is a smart move here. 55.5 points seems like a ton of points here for these quarterfinal
I
matchups
agree.
here. 48 seems like a lot.
Two
51
good
seems like
defense. It seems like a lot of points.
I agree. 40 seems like more on the dial here for that New Year's Eve matchup. But make sure you stay tuned for any picks we have on tomorrow and on New Year's Day for these matchups here of quarterfinal of the college football playoffs. But I think that's going to just about wrap up everything we have here for this week here. NFL Week 18, college football playoffs. Huff, anything else to add before we get on out of here?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. We got to obviously, like you said, some great college football coming up. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Stay tuned to our Instagram, HitTheBooks.pod for all of our picks there. HitTheBooks_pod on Twitter. And then obviously, as we roll into a great NFL slate this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same thing. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of our picks. But we'll see you guys Sunday for an NFL live stream heading into Week 18.